Are you bored with your basic gray dungeon tiles? Would you like something more exciting, but don't want caverns? Stick around for this episode of Starships and Steel. We got decorated dungeon tiles. Welcome back to Starships and Steel. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. I want to say thank you, that light is bright, to all my subscribers. I appreciate everyone that clicks that subscribe button, and I like to see everyone watching the videos and getting hopefully some good things out of the content. As always, on Starships and Steel, we're going to start things off with a beer. This is a local craft brewery, Brewster's Hawaiian Coconut Porter Ale with coconut. I've had it before, but I like it, so I'm going to have it again. Open that bad boy up. Oop, fail. There we go. Grab my Kozel mug. Pour in my coconut porter. Coconut porter. Stuff's pretty good. There we go. So today on Starships and Steel, we're going to drink this beer, and we're going to drink this beer. Doesn't get away with the light. We're going to build some dungeon tiles. Some basic 3x3 dungeon tiles out of 1/2-inch XPS foam, much like you'd see on other channels like Black Magic Craft. They're my preferred dungeon tile size. Some good stuff. I guess I should rate this, eh? 4 skulls of my enemies. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyways, dungeon tiles. We're going to build 3x3-inch dungeon tiles. We're not going to put a grid on them. You have to figure that out if you use grids. They're not that hard. They're only 3 inches by 3 inches. In the center, we're going to decorate them a little bit differently with mosaics or geometric shapes or whatever. This will just make your dungeons look more interesting if you play D&D and that kind of thing. If you play Conan or another zone-based game, you can use these as the center of zones, which makes it easy to show where the zones are. It makes it easier for your players to tell where they can move and how long it'll take them to get from point A to point B. So, we'll talk about that a little bit at the end of the video. Until then, I will see you guys in a minute, and I'm going to take you over to the craft area, and we're going to build some of these tiles. Okay, so here's a 3x3 piece of XPS foam, 1/2-inch. I'm just going to take that, and we're going to cut it quickly on the Proxon to get the shape with a template. That's what I use to set the sizes on the Proxon. But let's make our bricks on this first. So we're going to take a ruler. We're going to measure out a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch from each side. So this is half the size you would normally have. So do it on both sides. And once you've got those 2 1/2-inch marks, which will allow you to draw a pretty straight line, we'll go in and we will do that next. Take your ruler on those 2 straight lines with your knife. Make sure you get a sharp knife or you'll tear out your foam. And just score a line along that line. There you go. I'm going to do this side again because I kind of tore it a little bit with a duller knife. Once we got that done, we're just going to take our ruler, the exact same thing on the other 2 sides. Mark 1/2 inch, top and bottom. Just like that. And then we'll take our knife, connect the dots, both sides, and that gives us our kind of frame for the decoration. We're going to take our razor knife again. We're just going to cut 3 more slits in between them, give us approximately even-sized bricks. And then once we did that, we're going to take our uniball pen, and we're just going to trace those lines just to give them a little bit more depth, a little bit more definition, to make painting them a little bit easier. Just do all the lines, go through all the ones you've now cut, all the way around. A few more to go, and there we have it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some cracks in here, just like this. Remember, Jeremy over at Black Magic says cracks start and end. They don't start and stop in the middle of a tile, all the way through. You know, this is obviously a magical realm, and it has its own physics. Having its physics relatable to our own world makes things look cooler and more believable. So just take your pen, just like this. This crack goes across 3 different tiles, so I just follow it across all 3. But I make sure it doesn't actually connect. And one more in here just to make it a little bit more cool. Alright, this is our basic dungeon tile ready to decorate the middle. I'm just going to take my pen and I'm going to freehand in a diamond as my decoration for the middle. Just like this. Then I'm going to take my pen once I've cut that with the knife and just detail those in a bit more. And I'm going to add a little bit more detail here. I wasn't quite happy with it. I'll just connect from the corners to the middle, just like that. Make it look pretty cool. And then fill those again with the pen again, just to get the more definition. And then the final thing I'm going to take is my knife, and I'm just going to cut like tiles or mosaics in the middle here. If you really wanted to get detailed, you could do like an image in these if you wanted to. I'm not going to in this. I'm just going to alternate the colors. And once you get those cut, just go in with your pen and redefine those up just like that. There's a completed decorative tile. Getting those in again. Wasn't quite happy with them. Alright. Everything is now nice and defined. So here's a couple other ones I did. One's a complete like tile thing. One's like a maze type kind of concept. Cracks across the whole thing. So then I black bond them with the Mod Podge and black paint. So I did that. I sponge painted them with some dark grays and some reds. Made it kind of like a standard stone texture. Once that was done, I went back in with a white paint and I highlighted the areas where I wanted to have color. And then I got out my colors, some reds, greens, blues, greens, oranges, yellows, oranges, violets, whatever. Anyways, I painted the tiles up, those colors, make them nice and bright. Green on the left one there, just to make it more like marble-ish looking. Then I went in with black wash and I just rewashed all those bad boys. And once I had that done, I went back with a gloss medium and covered that up so they were a little bit glossy again. It'll be cool. And then once I had that all done, let's see what they look like here on the table. So here we have a dungeon room, big long hallway. We've got our players coming in from the bottom, moving up towards an evil priestess. Up here, maybe she's casting a spell. I don't really know, hard to say. But obviously she's up to no good. So how do our guys get there? They're going to run up there. In D&D, we got 1-inch squares, so we can figure a 20-foot move out. But the dungeon's still kind of boring, so let's use our dungeon tiles to fix that up too. In Conan, or any zone-based game, the zones can be arbitrary. I don't know how many zones there are. 2, 3, 10? Don't know. How are we going to fix that? Again, we can use these tiles. So let's pop some of these other tiles out and we can see how we can use them to make the dungeon look cooler and be more functional for a zone-based game. So we'll put one in here at the beginning. And we'll go up to the middle here. And we'll put one there. So now our dungeon looks more interesting. It's not just basic gray. And we'll take our guys, put them back at the front here. And now we can easily see that we have multiple zones. 2 and 3. So now our players have 3 zones. We can move from where we are back here on this blue and red tile. Up to this other tile, and in Conan that's a minor action going from one zone to another zone. So we'll take a standard action to move there and there, crossing 2 zones, which means your player can't attack her unless they want to spend a swift action to do 2 standard actions in a round, which makes her attack less effective, which means better chance of parrying anyways. As you can see, this is a pretty easy way to make the zones work better. and see how they look. You get a whole bunch of these. You can do this all over the place. Let me change it out a bit here. We want some more zones. Take that one out too. We'll put our decorative tile here. We'll put our other kind of green tile here. Different shape. It doesn't stand out as much, which can be good. And now you can see we've got 3 zones, 1, 2, and 3. And we can take our guy with a standard action is going to have to move from here to there, not getting anywhere close to the wizardess. So if you liked the video, thought it was useful, thought it was neat, please click like down below. Please subscribe to the channel to see more content published weekly. And of course, let your friends know. Check us all out on Facebook and on Twitter and everywhere else, Instagram. And I will catch you guys later.